Welcome back, Rich Minds. It's your boy Reno coming back to you with the second video. And today's topic is going to be 7 signs God is calling you. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder for my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, 7 signs God is calling you. All right? Somebody drop in the comments and say, pick up the phone. Okay? Because when God is calling you, y'all, he's not saying that this is for debate. This is for an option. Okay? We can negotiate. No, he's saying, listen, I called you for a reason. This is why people don't realize that the saying is not only a saying, but this is actually inside of the scriptures, family. Many were called, but few were chosen. And so the fact that he is calling your phone, he's saying that you are qualified to be chosen. Yes, sir. He's saying that you are qualified. Somebody drop in the comments and say, I'm qualified, right? I need y'all to realize something. God is calling you to do something great. Okay, God is calling you to speak, preach. God is calling you to enter industries and change them. God is calling you to become spiritual. God is calling you to do something that is outside of the ordinary, all right? But with that being said, y'all, many people don't know when God is calling them, and I understand that. But after watching this video, y'all, you have no other options. You have no other excuses, okay? This right here is confirmation that God has called you to leave your job. I'm not telling you to quit your job, but I'm telling you that God has called you to do something greater than the box that you are in or the box that they have placed you in. Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? And so with that being said, family, y'all already know how we do. Y'all make sure y'all leave a thumbs up on this video as well as subscribe to the channel. Yes, sir. Not only that, y'all be sure to ring my bell so you can be notified after every single video I post. Let's get into it, chosen ones. Number 1, he's changing you. Okay? That's number 1, y'all. He's changing you. Have some of y'all just began to feel a shift in your life, right? Like seriously, y'all, a real shift. Have some of y'all begin to feel like things are starting to shift around you? Not just only you, but things around you are beginning to shift, okay? You're starting to say, listen, I don't want to do it the way I used to do it. And when I say it, that can be anything, okay? Maybe that's the way you speak, okay? The way you talk to people, right? You're starting to read more books. You're starting to expand your vocabulary, all right? Maybe it's the things that you are starting to consume, right? Maybe you was the type of person who was always scrolling on social media. Okay, you was always watching what everybody else had going on, all right? Because it wasn't that that's what you chose to do. Maybe that was passed down to you through a poverty mindset or through the parents or siblings or just what you was born into, and you thought that that was okay. Well, here's the thing, y'all. God is starting to change the way your mindset operates, all right? A lot of people forget that Jesus had to leave Nazareth, a place that only had a few houses. He had to leave Nazareth, his hometown, okay? And sometimes, y'all, your hometown is not your hometown. Let me explain that. Sometimes it's the job, right? That job is keeping you confined. That can be in the role of your hometown. It can literally be your hometown, like where you was born at. You know what I'm saying? So you have to understand, family, when it comes to your hometown, when it comes to you changing, you're going to begin to feel that shift, right? You're going to start feeling like, yo, I don't have to be here, or I should not be here, all right? You know, he's going to change the type of people you want to date. He's going to change the type of people you're going to want to have a conversation with. He's going to change the type of places you're going to start, putting applications in, or the places you used to put applications in, right? In terms of where you want to live at, right? Where you want to work at. Understand what I'm saying, y'all? God is changing you. Why? Because he is calling you. Do you know that if you go to places that does not serve you a purpose, that can hinder you, that can throw you off course, or that can stop what God has for you? And what I mean by stop what God has for you, it can alter your mindset, alter the way you are thinking, alter, the way that you are walking, that straight, narrow path. And that is what can get in the way of what God has for you. All right. So I need y'all to understand something. He will begin to change you. You don't want to smoke no more. You don't want to drink no more. Or maybe you was drinking, but now you like, look, I want to minimize my drinking. I don't want to be drinking like I'm Eddie Kane. All right, I'm not trying to drink like I'm Paul. You know, and matter of fact, y'all, let's not use Paul. But y'all get what I'm saying, y'all. You know, RP to the late Paul. But the point is, family, is when you are being called, God will change you. All right, so understand what I'm saying, y'all. The next one is going to be number 2, and that is He's removing you. All right, He's removing you. And so, listen, family, this is where it begins to get sticky because, you know, oftentimes our family members, our friends, people who we are in relationships with, people who we are connected to, they won't like the fact that you are attempting to remove yourself. They won't like that. And the reason why they won't like that is because they won't have that same access. They won't be able to, you know, be inside your business, be inside your mind. They won't have that control, right? And see, God is cutting that off. Okay, somebody drop in the comments and say, remove me, God. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, remove me, God. See, when God is removing you, you actually want to drop to your knees and thank Him. I'm telling you, you want to drop to your knees and thank Him because He is saving you from a stray bullet. He is saving you from jail time. He is saving you for getting the wrong person pregnant or allowing you to be pregnant by the wrong man. Follow what I'm saying. He is saving you. And so what happens is He's going to remove you out of those situations. He's going to remove you from negative people. He's going to remove you from negative environments. So y'all following what I'm saying, y'all. This right here is the second sign of how you know God is calling you. Well, Reno, why does He have to remove me? Why can't I just be around, you know, my neighborhood, my hometown, my friends, my family, my relationship? Why? Well, it's because anybody who's trying to detour you, that's not a friend, that is an enemy. So He's actually doing you a service instead of a disservice. He's trying to put you in position so you can think clearer. Okay, He's trying to place you in position so you can operate better. He's trying to put you in position so you can elevate. All right, elevate your mind, Craig. You got to, y'all. Listen, this is the second sign of how you know God is calling you. So listen, family, you got to pick up the phone. All right, moving on to the next one, y'all, is going to be number 3, and that is you see His vision. Okay, you see His vision. Family, I'll share a small story with y'all. As y'all probably know, I'm gonna tell y'all again, okay? And for the new ones, hey y'all, you in luck. Well, understand this, y'all. When I was in I would say 2020, 2019, I was working at the airport, and the airport, it wasn't the best job, but you know, I would say it wasn't, well, at that particular time, it wasn't worth me quitting. I would definitely say I quit it, you know, prematurely, because it put me in a position to where I lost my place, not because of the job, but because, you know, I had other things going on within my marriage at that particular time. But had I had my job still, I probably could have had a hotel somewhere. I probably could have had, you know, something else like in the chamber versus having to move out and then, you know, be up under somebody else's roof. So I kind of quit, you know, prematurely. I will be honest and say that. However, I was following God's vision. Family, if y'all don't remember, Tyler Perry told his story to, you know, Joel Osteen, audience. He told it in his movies. I mean, he's told it on multiple platforms. Understand something, y'all. Sometimes God will have you in a position to where you don't know how you're going to get your next meal, when your bill's going to get paid, but sometimes you got to follow the vision. I'm not telling nobody to go out here once again to quit their job and be homeless because God going to do it. I'm not telling nobody to go out here and make a frivolous decision. What I'm telling you is, when it comes to following God's vision, sometimes you are going to be put in compromising positions, because as we all know, family, faith that has not been tested cannot be trusted. Yes, sir. Let me say it once again, y'all, louder, for my chosen ones in the back, because family, faith that has not been tested cannot be trusted. So He will show you something, but it doesn't mean that He's going to give it to you right away. All right, if you go to the jeweler, yeah, you want them diamonds, you want that gold, you want that ruby, right? You want that stallion, whatever it is, y'all. Listen, y'all, whenever you go to that jeweler, maybe they will show it to you and let you know how much it costs and let you know how you can get it. Maybe they can work out some type of financing for you. But why would they give it to you? All right, if they don't know that you can sustain it. All right, and so sticking to the point, family, the whole point is that God will show you something, but he won't give it to you right away. All right, he won't give it to you right away. And so with that being said, he got to see how strong you are. All right, he got to see how powerful you are. He got to see how long are you willing to stick it out. Because listen, family, had God told Joseph that, listen, you are about to be the king, you are about to be second to Pharaoh, but you will be the father to him, right? Which means you're pretty much gonna be over everything. He's just the face of it. Well, in that case, he'll just be walking around as if he's cocky. He don't have to be humble or anything, right? So sometimes God will show you the vision and allow you to go through certain things and obstacles, all right? Not to say he's trying to torture you, but he's making you stronger, okay? He's making you more powerful. And not only that, but he's testing your faith, all right? And so with that being said, y'all, in order to get to the vision that he has shown you, you're going to have to go through something to get to that particular point, all right? And so with that being said, y'all, you see his vision, all right? But certain things are going to take place in your life in order to get to that particular vision. Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? Okay? Drop in the comments and let me know. Moving on to the next one, y'all, is going to be number 4, and that is he's preparing you. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder. For my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, he's preparing you, all right? Somebody drop in the comments and say, prepare me, God. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, prepare me, God. And so I'm going to use this analogy right here. Whenever you are baking a cake, all right, what do you have to do, family? You got to preheat the oven, okay? You got to get your batter ready, get your icing ready, all right? You got to get, whatever else you need, whatever else pan you need, whatever the case is, your butter, all that stuff, y'all. Well, that means that you are preparing it, okay? That means that you are preparing the cake, all right? Why? Because in order for it to come out the best way possible, it has to be made ready, all right? It has to be made ready. And that's the same thing with the Most High. He has to make you ready. He has to prepare you, okay? Just because you wake up one day and say, I want to be a CDL driver, don't mean that you're going to be a CDL driver. No, you got to be prepared. Maybe you got to go through some schooling, all right? You got to get more experience, get more wisdom, get more knowledge on that particular thing in order for you to have the expertise. Follow what I'm saying? In order for you to have the expertise. And so with that being said, y'all, God is preparing you for that exact reason, okay? Moving on to the next one, y'all. It's going to be number 5, and that is he's separating you, all right? He's separating you. And so this right here is very powerful because you got to understand something, family. You got to be strong to be alone, all right? Let me say it once again, y'all. Louder for my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, you have to be strong in order to be alone. All right, I know sometimes y'all being alone sucks. I understand that you feel like life is BS, okay? I understand you feel like, man, it can't get no worse, all right? Or it can't get no better, all right? But understand something, y'all. This is only making you more powerful. This is only making you more mentally and emotionally strong because, you don't need the backing of other individuals. All you need is the Most High. This is why I preach independence. All right, sometimes you have to be, I would say not sometimes, y'all, but majority of the time, you need to be independent on your own emotions, independent on your own mindset, independent, or dependent on your own, mindset, like your own decisions, okay? And so with that being said, y'all, God is going to separate you. He's going to separate you because he needs you to hear his voice, all right? He needs you to understand what it is that you need to be doing. The problem is, y'all, when we are around family, when we are around friends, when we are around people who are not on the same level we on, yep, people who are not just only in the world, but of it, they are throwing us off. These are procrastinators. These are your people who are distracted, all right? And so how can you expect for somebody else that is distracted to keep you focused, okay? God separated you on purpose. Everything that he does is intentionally, okay? Let me say that once again. Everything that God does is intentionally, okay? And so if he is separating you, understand that it was intentional. It was on purpose, all right? But here's the problem. People are going to try to make you feel like something is wrong with you, okay? And so this is when you have to make a decision. Is God's voice more, prominent or important, okay? Or is my mama voice, my girlfriend voice, okay? My cousin voice, my manager voice, whoever the case is? Or is it God's voice that's more prominent and important? And so a lot of people don't understand how to make that decision. I'm making it for you right now, y'all. God's voice is important, okay? And he's going to separate you on purpose because he's working on you, right? Because he's getting ready to use you. And so with that being said, y'all, he has to separate you because you are around a bunch of liabilities, but you the asset. An asset and a liability in the same room is a conflict of interest. An asset and a liability in the same room is a conflict of interest, okay? We all know simple math. If you multiply a negative with a positive, what do you get, family? A negative, okay? And that's the same thing with an asset and a liability, because that liability is taken away, taking your energy, taking your time, taking your finances, taking from you, all right? But an asset is giving. An asset is multiplying. An asset is adding. Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? You are God's asset, and he knows this. He knows it, right? Moving on to the next one, y'all, is going to be number 6, and that is you're following God's purpose, okay? You are following God's purpose. When you begin to follow God's purpose, you take away the things that you felt as if you should be doing, and now you are doing what it is that God wants you to do. This right here can be hard. I understand it, y'all. When it came to my music, family, that was my everything. That was my world. That's all I wanted to do ever, right? But when you take God out the picture, listen, y'all, nothing matters. It only matters when you place him back into your life. It only matters when you place him back into your world, all right? And so, God wasn't implemented like that in my music. But once I began to implement God in, my passion, my gift, he led me to my purpose, all right? And so when you begin to do God's purpose, listen, y'all, this means that he is calling you. Because you don't just wake up and say, I want to do God's purpose, right? You don't just wake up and do that. It's something happened. Maybe you had some type of awakening. Maybe you had some type of dream, vision. Maybe you had some type of, he got in contact with you, all right? What happened was you begin to follow his purpose and not yours, right? Whenever you follow in God's purpose, your steps will be directed, right? I think the scripture says that a man chooses his path and his steps is directed. A man chooses his path and his steps are directed. What are you saying right now? When you follow God's purpose, everything goes right. Moving on to the next one, y'all, is going to be number 7, and that is his favor surrounds you, all right? His favor surrounds you, family. This is why nobody can harm you. This is why nobody can stop you. This is why nobody can defeat you, family. You are favored. You are able to walk in doors that everybody can't go into. You are able to be protected. You are able to have his alliance guarding you. All right, y'all got to follow something. You are very favored. Somebody drop in the comments and say, I'm favored by God. All right, make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, I'm favored by God. You have his favor on you. All right, his anointing is upon you. A lot of people won't like this, y'all. And a lot of people can see your favor too. Okay, but what's going to happen is they're going to try to make you feel as if you are not favored. They're going to try to make you feel as if you don't matter. They're going to try to make you feel as if you are not protected. But realize something, you are highly protected and respected. All right, you are favored by God. Listen, y'all, there's no further ado on this. Understand something. These are the 7 signs of how you know God is calling you, all right? So let's go ahead and do a recap, family, and then we'll go ahead and conclude this video. So number 1, he's changing you. Number 2, he's removing you. Number 3, he's preparing you. Number 4, you see his vision. Number 5, he's separating you. Number 6, you're following God's purpose. And number 7, his favor surrounds you, okay? And so with that being said, y'all already know how we do. If you would like to purchase any one of these Yes Sir t-shirts, book a one-on-one session with me, or enroll into my social influence course, y'all be sure to click the link inside my description. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. Y'all keep a rich mentality. Peace. What's good, family? It's your boy Reno. Check this out, y'all. I just dropped my social influence course, okay? Where I show you how to build up your social media platform as well as become a self-published author. Understand what I'm saying, y'all? If you want to leverage your expertise, okay, you got to publish your book. But not only that, if you want to get popping and build your community, you got to build up your social media platform. And so I put that all in one course, okay? And so all you got to do is go to the link in my bio, all right? And drop in the comments social influence if you want to build up your social influence. Click that link in the bio and we're going to get you popping. Keep a rich mentality.